Trump said, "Praise be to Allah." On Easter Sunday morning. Didn't see that one coming. But what can I say? God is the greatest. Allahu Akbar! Yeah, man. I mean, hey, whatever it takes to get the message across, right? And we've seen weird Trump posts, right? But this one was like one of the weirdest. So Easter morning, 8 a.m., he has risen. Trump puts out a tweet, or a Truth Social, if you're on it. He first says, "Today is Power Plant Day." And you're like, okay. Like, if you don't know the context, you're like, what does that mean? Is that like leg day? Like, what is he talking about? Is that like a certain kind of exercise I don't know about? And then he's like, also Bridge Day. It's like, is that Wednesday? It's like, what is that? But like, when you know the context, he's talking about blowing things up on Easter morning. It's like, wow. What happened to Christianity? What happened to love thy neighbor? Apparently now it's like, blow up your power plants. Yeah, well, Trump he's not Christian. We know Trump's not Christian. He's associated with a lot of hardline alleged Christians. But like, that guy doesn't go to church, you know what I mean? Like, if he went to church, he would just probably fall asleep, you know? Shit his pants, make everybody upset. Yeah, so it's Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one, Iran. Oh, thank you. Happy Easter to you, too. And then he immediately pivots to, open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards! I'm not really sure how to translate that one, but I'm pretty sure it means open the strait, you crazy bastards. Great line for Pride Month, but... Open the street, you crazy bastards. Like, the desperation is there, you know? And then he says, or you'll be in hell. Which is like, where are we now? Like, this is already pretty bad, dude. Like, can I at least see what hell is like to compare? Or you'll be in hell. And then he says, just watch. And we're like, okay, is he gonna do a miracle? What is he gonna do? I don't know if that's ever worked in the history of diplomacy. Open the strait. Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards. Spoiler alert, they did not open the strait. Correction, they opened it for everybody except him. So let's recap. Today is Power Plant Day, also Bridge Day. All wrapped in one, Iran. Open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be in hell. Just watch! Praise be to Allah. Wow. Okay. And so now some people are like saying, like, Trump's a Muslim now. Like, okay. Ramadan Trump. It was an intense message too. But who knows? Maybe he's trying now. Maybe he's like, hey man, my original not having a faith wasn't working out, you know? Maybe being a guy who pretends like being a Christian but has no values wasn't working out, so, you know, I'll try Islam, you know what I mean? But the crazy thing is, like, what if, after he posted that, miraculously, suddenly, with all odds against us, the US suddenly starts winning the war? Well, then we would know who the one true God is. Okay, in all seriousness, everybody can believe in whichever God they want to, okay? All gods hashtag all gods matter. Okay, but yeah, I would say that message is a bit disrespectful to every religion. That tweet pissed so many people off. You know that tweet was inflammatory when it pissed off Tucker Carlson. That's how you know that tweet was offensive. Tucker Carlson is now turning on Trump. and a lot of you maybe didn't realize this, Tucker Carlson has been obviously advocating for Palestine. He's been advocating against war in Iran very, very adamantly for the last year plus. And so a lot of people have become awake to that and be like, oh, Tucker Carlson, I like him now. What's going on with me? I'm having these feelings. I can't understand it. Trust me, I was there too. I now embrace it. You know what I mean? And so you know, if you've been following, Tucker Carlson has been, he's speaking out for Palestine. He's been adamantly saying no war in Iran. But if you paid close attention, he never spoke against Trump because he knew he was still speaking to his base. And I think he was doing it cleverly to try to win people over, because people, they always say like people have Trump derangement syndrome when it's like people are so obsessed with Trump, like that's all, and that's a true thing. I do it just because I'm a comedian, but like Trump derangement syndrome to me is the fucking psychopathic people who, if they hear one negative thing about Trump, they immediately turn on you because they can't, like their mind short circuits, right? And I think that Tucker Carlson knows he's talking to people like that. So he'd always be like, Israel is, he recognized apartheid. He said Israel is doing a genocide in Gaza. We should not be going to war in Iran. And then he would say, and I think President Trump should do these things to make these changes. It's like, bro, he is the source of all these things. But he would still very tepidly walk around and be like, well, I think President Trump can fix it if he just, steps it up. And then he saw, open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards, on Easter, and you watch, he just put out a video 3 hours ago, and he's like, you don't do that on Easter morning. Like that's the level of disrespect. And he also noted the praise meets all law part, and he didn't, and you would think like, oh, maybe old Tucker would be like, hey, that's like pro-Islam. He didn't do that. He's like, that's disrespectful to their religion. Fucking shout out, boy. Shout out. So, dude, Tucker Carlson has now turned on Trump today. That happened today. So whatever he does, just don't speak at Utah University because that's not. Good. If you didn't get that joke, don't worry about it. Okay. Next. There was a rescue mission for 2 pilots who got shot down in an F-15 fighter jet over Iran. Okay? And this happened on Friday. Somebody reported that an F-15 fighter jet was shot down and the whereabouts of the pilots was unknown. Okay? Just fucked up. They shouldn't have been flying there in the first place. That's the first thing. And, this is all after, like, Trump kept saying, like, we're going to put boots on the ground. And then they did, but, like, accidentally. Now, I know everybody's very sensitive about, like, how do you talk about the service members who are, partaking in this war. Here's the thing. I don't want anybody to die because I'm against war. And that's why I've been against this fucking war for the whole fucking time. That's why I'm against genocide. That's why I'm against any kind of unnecessary violence, And a lot of people say, well, they're signing up for it. They know exactly what they're doing. The thing is, like, to a degree, yes. But also, these are people who, unfortunately, have succumbed to the propaganda that our country has been putting on everybody for decades and decades. And people might just not be as awake as you just because they're in different circles. They might watch certain kinds of news. They're from a certain family or something. So I'd never hold that against these people. Although, at some point, you do have the right to opt the fuck out and not partake. You know what I mean? And so we're kind of seeing that phase. There are people, because I don't understand, exactly when you enlist and you're deployed, what part of your contract, like if I leave, am I gonna not get paid? Like, I don't know how that part works exactly. I would imagine they make it very hard for you to leave, But like, the problem is that our government knows exactly what's going on. They know exactly why this war will make a very small group of people rich and please a very small group of people in Israel and the Pentagon and very rich people around the world who basically profit off of these wars. And it's fucking everybody else, okay? And it's not fair that human beings are being used in this game, okay? And so you fly a F-15 over Iran, and here's the thing: Trump was saying we have total control over their airspace, total control. It's like, yeah, it's not control, but they shot him down. They shot the F-15 has 2 pilots. There's always 2 pilots in the F-15. They got one pretty quickly, and then one was just stranded in Iran for like the whole weekend too, which is like Easter weekend too, which is like, I don't know if you get overtime for that or what, but. But it was a very tense situation, because here you have this service member from the United States, from our country, being stranded in a country that, if you are a soldier and your intent was to fly over a foreign country in a war and potentially harm them, then you are fair game to be attacked by them. That's just what's going to happen. That's what you signed up for. You know what I'm saying? And so now you have the soldier just stuck in Iran, and you don't know what's going to happen. So we're wondering, like, what's going to happen? What are they going to do? And then meanwhile, in D.C., like, the roads were blocking Walter Reed Hospital, and so everybody was speculating, like, oh, did like Trump like shit his pants that much, And so there was rumors that Trump was in the hospital, and everybody was like, okay, let's pray for whatever outcome you want, okay, and we'll see who wins. Praise be to Allah. I'm just kidding. And so that's happening, and then it's kind of confusing. We're like, what's going on with this fighter jet? And then, so I'm like, I want to have more information, but the government's not telling us. And so then Iran drops an AI music video. And I kind of got a better idea. And Iran's AI music videos lately, they've all been in Legos, by the way. Which is just interesting, because, you see that first, you're like, oh, Iran has Legos too. They're just like us, all while doing their version of They Not Like Us, I do hats off to the Iran comedy writers, because they were making fun of us, and they were making fun of the fact that they shot down the plane and the service members got lost, but they weren't like directly insulting the people involved as much as they were making fun of the government and the taxpayers for paying millions of dollars for this search operation. And it's kind of fucked up, but it was funny just because of like millions of dollars for one guy! I was like, oh my God. I don't know why I'm laughing at this, but turns out it was $400 million they spent on this rescue mission, okay? Now, okay, if I were the service member, I would be very happy that $400 million was being spent to find me, but that is a lot of money, and I also feel like the government is not fully telling us what happened. But thank God Trump gave a briefing about the rescue mission to let all of us know exactly what went down. And he spoke for about an hour. About 1 minute of it was useful. And so basically, according to Trump and to our trusted brother Hegseth, they said, the United States, we care about our service members. We would never put them in a situation that makes them unsafe, except this whole situation. And they said, when one guy is left behind, we go get that guy. It's like, no, you don't. If you know history, you typically don't do that. But you did it this time. Maybe, my guess would be to save some face for your populace who's 70% against this war and thinks that you're literally sacrificing our service members. So maybe that played into it a little bit. But they said, allegedly, that they went in there and they rescued the guy. He was able to make his way. The way Trump describes things, he like tells a story. He's like, you didn't need to say all that. He's like, the planes landed, there was so much sand because it's the desert. It's like, I don't think there was sand. This was like farmland. They literally said he fell on a farmland. He's like, there's so much sand, it's the desert. They love sand over there. So it was so sandy. He was just hiding in a sand dune. He was hiding in a cave like Bin Laden, but the good guy. Like, what are you fucking talking about? And then he started rambling on about other shit. He's like, we're gonna get this fucking Strait of Hormuz. And he's like, and he started like naming out all the countries that like helped us and like didn't help us. He's like, South Korea, fuck you. After everything we did for you, protecting you from Kim Jong-un, who loves me, by the way, Kim Jong-un. He loves me. And he hated Biden, he hated Joe Biden. He called Joe Biden a mentally retarded person. He said that! He said Kim Jong-un called Joe Biden a mentally retarded person, which needs to be explained for context, because first of all, I don't remember that. But I'll tell you what I do remember. In both 2017 and 2019, Kim Jong-un called Trump a dotard, okay, which might as well be the R word. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who didn't take the SATs, a dotard is somebody who's in mental decline, losing their mental faculties. And Trump is, for some reason, telling this thing about Biden, saying that Kim Jong-un loves him when he called him a dotard twice. And he doesn't seem to remember because, let's face it, he's mentally dotarded. Okay. Oh, I think it's a good joke. Listen. All right. But anyway, so Trump, he said all that, okay? And then they said they found him, and they went. And he said it was a very dangerous mission. He said, and he was saying something along the lines of, he's like, now normally that would have not worked out. It's like, wow, yeah, you fucking think. And then they go and they rescue the guy. Now listen, from a sense of humanity and the fact that, you know, this is my country, the United States, I'm happy that guy lives on to see another day, but he shouldn't have been there in the fucking first place. And honestly, based on what I know about Iranians and the messaging that Iran's putting out, I think if they did find that guy, they probably would have just given him tea and tried to show him all the Lego videos they could to radicalize him and get him awake to why they're really fighting the war to protect the Epstein class, you know? But that's just my perspective. But then, Iran released another Lego AI video showing a completely different version of the story, showing that that actually, well, they claim he may have not even have been rescued, which I don't think they've shown the guy. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. They didn't have him at the press briefing that was today, but it showed that like 2 aircraft went down, and then also like a helicopter crash. They even showed like videos and pictures of the footage that people ran through a filter, said it wasn't AI, and they showed like remnants of like burnt American snacks, like Snickers bars. We're like, that's us, you know. And you know it's real because they were like half burnt, like instead of like a full intact passport at the bottom of the Twin Towers, if you know what I mean. And again, I mean, this is war, so this is all propaganda. So I really don't know who to believe. I really don't know. When it comes to the shooting down of this F-15 and what happened with the F-15, I don't know who to believe. But if I have to choose, I'm gonna believe the side that's not involved with Epstein. You know what I mean? Because I know at least that side has never lied about the 15s. Sorry, I should wait for that joke to mature first. But, So yeah, I just don't know who to fucking believe anymore, you know? And now with all these AI videos out there, you know, we're always asking like, is this AI? Is this real? It's like even when it is real, I'm like, is it real? It is real. It's all Israel. It's all Israel. What's that?
Did you say Israel?
I did say Israel. Yeah. He's back in the show. Are you eating a snack? What are you eating? He's a Snickers bar? Fuck, it's a Snickers bar. Can you hold it up? Can you hold up a Snickers bar just for camera? Oh, that's beautiful. That's us! Thank you for your Snickers. I know this is a serious topic, but thank you for your Snickers. But anyways, yeah, so that rescue mission happened that week, and that's a big, you know, that's a big thing in this war because they put service members over the airspace. And here's the thing, you know, when I say like Iran's like the final frontier, like the United States, we've infiltrated every place in the Middle East, in Western Asia, Levant, whatever part you want to name, that different parts of that part of the world, but we've never technically invaded Iran. The closest thing we've ever done to invading Iran, the only time we ever technically put boots on the ground in Iran is in 1980 during what was called Operation Eagle Claw, which I could have told you was a horrible name from the start. Operation Eagle Claw? Like, what the fuck? Who fucking thought of that? Because you're like, hey, Americans, an eagle. What do eagles have? A claw! We're going to show you the claw of the eagle. Claw! Claw! Operation Eagle Claw! Now the mission, Operation Eagle Claw in 1980, the mission was to rescue 52 U.S. Embassy staff members who were taken hostage by the IRGC. Okay, so it was a massive rescue mission, okay, except it was different from this one because it was 52 people and we didn't spend $400 million on it. But, you know, maybe we should have because it didn't work. You decide, like, we're going to have this rescue mission. They're like, Operation Eagle Claw, you know, and so they go, and so it turned out to be a huge embarrassment because they basically, I guess at the time, they didn't know there was sand in the Middle East. And so they launched, I guess they took off from a place that was in more of a desert terrain, and there was a sandstorm, and so the sand got all up in the plane's machinery, and then by the time they landed on site in Iran, like half of the planes were damaged. And so Jimmy Carter, who was president at the time, I guess they had decided beforehand if a certain number of aircraft were non-functional, they would have to pull out of the mission. And a certain amount were non-functional. So then, so Jimmy Carter decided to abort. Because he's a Democrat. Democrats support abortion. I was going to say Democrats love abortion, but I don't know if that was too strong. But anyways, so they pull out. It was a huge embarrassment for the United States because we have this big military, we fly with these planes that can't take fucking sand in the propellers. And then I think like one of the helicopters crashed, like deja vu. And so it was a huge embarrassment for the United States. But you know, if you wanted a happy ending, they did eventually get all 52 of the staff members back through talking. Just talking. That's all they had to do was just talk to the Iranians and unfreeze their assets that they unrightfully froze in the first place. So it comes down to maybe stop economically bullying people and just talk to them directly, and you'll actually get what you want and protect your own citizens and civilians. You know, and that's what we learned from Eagle Talk. And that negotiation happened when Reagan was in office. You know, so people are always like, oh, Ronald Reagan, he was such a tough president. It's like, well, apparently he negotiated with terrorists, okay, because he got the people back, you know. So you know, Ronald Reagan, he was a good actor, you know. He go what? Oh, Jimmy Carter negotiated it? Oh, he negotiated before he even got into office. So he was like, he called him up. He's like, hey. They're like, who is this? He's like, okay, well, let me explain. I'm not president yet, but I'm about to be president. And he's like, we want to roll out this presidency real big. So they're like, we're going to release the hostage right now. He's like, no. Keep him in. Keep him in another few months. And when I take the throne, I want you to release them and tell everybody I did it. They're like, fucking sure, just unfreeze our fucking assets, dude. And that was, no, that's a good piece of information. No, I believe everything you say, sir. No, I'll look it up. No, but that makes sense because because what I read was they were released on his inauguration day. So I guess technically, yeah. Unless he did it while he was being inaugurated. He was like texting him. He's like, hey, can you, So yeah, that 100% checks out from what I know, okay? Nice job. But yeah, that was Eagle Claw. Another video Iran put out this weekend. Dude, they're just like dropping like a whole album, basically. I want to see the full EP, you know? Another video that Iran put out. Okay, Iran put out a video about Charlie Kirk, which is like, I didn't know that was in your wheelhouse, you know? Like, in the video, it's just one Iranian guy, and I know he's Iranian because while he is talking in English, but he has an Iranian accent, and I lived in LA for 10 years. But he's talking in English meaning they're appealing to an American demographic, right? And his face is blurred out, and he's sitting there talking about Charlie Kirk, okay? And he's wearing like a full Iranian military uniform, which is like very fucking weird. He's like, did you know your government killed Charlie Kirk? It's like, what? It's like, yeah, we did know that actually. Do you have more information? He says, while they were hacking Kash Patel for funsies, they found some serious information from the FBI that shows exactly how they killed Charlie Kirk, okay? Which, we already have some theories, but what do you got? You know what I mean? You know? This is surreal. It's like, I've always I've had so many conversations about conspiracies with my buddies at bars, but never with like an Iranian general, you know? And he's like, it's Charlie Kirk. Your government killed the Charlie Kirk. And it's like, okay. So what happened? And so basically he says that Charlie Kirk was wearing a microphone that had an explosive device in it. Now, I don't know what like region in the world is capable of making such devices that explode when they detonate it from afar. But whatever it is real. And it is real. And so apparently Charlie Kirk was wearing this microphone, had an explosive device in it, and then it went boom, or boom boom. And the guy in the video says it was supposed to explode downward into his chest cavity, but it misfired. Heard this before, and it accidentally shot up, and it shot up a big piece of shrapnel that ended up going through his neck, and that wasn't supposed to happen. I don't fully understand like why, like what the goal was to go. Maybe they wanted to go through his chest to make it look an exact certain way, like it was a specific bullet wound, so that Tyler on the roof could be like, right? And then it's like, here, I'm going to disassemble my rifle with my mysterious no screwdriver. And then like that was the plan, just to like have it like a very clean bullet-looking wound through the chest, so nobody could ask questions. But instead, it went right through the neck, and that's why the guy says in the video that's why immediately they had men rush and take down the video cameras, and that instantly they cleared everybody out. They dragged the body right away, because that was the weird thing about Charlie Kirk. They didn't just like leave the body there and examine it, or like they just mysteriously like took it away really quickly, and nobody knows if it officially went to the hospital or what. But here's the thing they said that blew. It blew it. Okay. Too soon. Thank you so much. You're right. You're right. It was September. So they said that because the explosive device exploded in the wrong way, fucking Israel can't even do their job right. Just like Israel, always accidentally hitting things they're not supposed to. Accidentally. And so he said when it exploded, because it exploded the wrong way, a bunch of pieces of shrapnel lodged itself into the concrete at the scene. And that is why you saw them the very next morning repaving the whole scene. Which, yeah, if you didn't know, that's what happened. The day after Charlie Kirk was killed, they completely repaved the whole place. Oh, that's fucking normal. At a crime scene? That was possibly the craziest fucking thing about the Charlie Kirk case, aside from Erica Kirk. Like if you watch one of those crime shows like CSI or something, and then like somebody's coming with like pavement and just like laying it down, that would be like a 10-part series. But like, oh, everybody's like, oh, it's normal, just, Utah. Huh? No, it's not fucking normal. And Iran gave us the perfect reasoning. Again, it's a war, this might be propaganda, so I'm like, I don't know what to believe, but you're kind of making sense right now, dude. Like, what else do you know? And he's like, subscribe for more or whatever. But I've never wanted to chill and have a beer with a guy so much. I'm like, oh, he probably doesn't drink, Neither do I, whatever. We could go have a lemonade, And yeah, like that video is making its rounds. I don't know if the government's gonna respond. And like, that's the thing, like, again, this is war, so propaganda is gonna come from everywhere. I never stand for a government. It doesn't matter where they're from. Like, I stand with people, okay? I don't give a fuck about governments, right? But when you compare like the history of the United States and the evil shit we've done literally all around the world, and like the messaging of this war, I would say like Iran's doing a better job, Like they're writing on their teasers for they're making trailers for the war, like saying we're coming for your pedo government. Like, can't argue with that. Yeah. They're like, this is for the victims of Epstein Island. It's like, finally somebody cares. How the fuck is it that Iran cares more about the victims from Epstein Island than fucking Pam Bondi? So yeah, I don't know. So anyways, it seems like they have their message on, and our messaging is shit. We're just doing the same thing. Our messaging is like, open the fucking strait, you crazy bastards. That's our messaging. Yeah, and it's like we're not making cool AI music videos. The only musical talent the Trump administration has is Kid Rock. They're fucked. They're so fucked. So yeah, but they know they did, and it just shows you how much the Iranians have studied American culture. It's like, I get it, like we put ourselves everywhere in the world, and even places such as Iran have tried to largely resist our influence, our sphere of influence, but they still are very aware of how we think, so much so they knew that making a propaganda video about Charlie Kirk would hit us deep in the chest, I guess. I don't know what it's intended for. It kind of hit me in the neck, to be honest, but because they know it's a very sensitive subject, because a lot of people in the United States were very big fans of Charlie Kirk. Honestly, I didn't even learn this until after Charlie Kirk was shot. I just knew him as being a very abrasive guy online. I was just like, dude, this guy's fucking unhinged, dude. Like, he's out there just making enemies left and right. And yes, I've seen a couple Charlie Kirk videos where he said some nice things, but like, those are not the ones that got circulated. And again, he didn't deserve none of that, but I'm just saying, people like love this guy. Like, I didn't know. I learned because I posted a stand-up video about the whole Charlie Kirk incident, and YouTube took it down. Yeah. I didn't know you're not supposed to make jokes the first day. It's like literally, like I guess I was fucked up. Like I was making jokes before the cement even finished. Thank you so much. I'm Sammy.